Coming right up, the Timberwolves taking on the Heat. For the Timberwolves, they've started the season with an even 1-1 split, shooting to get on the better side of 500 tonight. Heat, Timberwolves, up next. Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of the NBA Sunday Night Action right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. DA, take it away.
Well, if you ask Karl Anthony Towns, his greatest strength is his versatility. He said, "My dad taught it to me at a young age, and it's made my transition at every step of my career comfortable, having the fundamentals and foundation. I don't limit myself. I try to be great at all skills." Kevin?
Yeah, terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. While we get a break, let's now take a look at the October standings out east. Taking a look at Miami. Right now they're in 7th in the conference, looking to build on their record.
And when you look at Miami, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing that perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
So here's Miami's starting group. At the 2 and the 3, it's Butler and Winslow. Adebayo is out there with Myers Leonard, and it's Dragic in at the 1. And for the Timberwolves, Covington at the 4 with Towns in at the 5. The tandem at the 1 and the 2, Teague and Culver. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. Clark, you'd think that team chemistry would just improve as the season goes along, but maybe not if you have personality issues in that locker room.
You know, Kevin, it's one of the most fragile elements in team sports: chemistry, culture, accepting roles, sacrificing your own individual game for the good of the team. And I think it's always a work in progress.
And as a leader, as I know you were when you played, I'm sure you were dealing with those things all season long.
Yeah, you try to lead by example, but also there's opportunity and times when you have to step up and voice what you see that could be detrimental to your team's success.
Now, here's Butler, following the miss by Andrew Wiggins, and it's Butler with the jam.
Hey, you got it like that aggressiveness of Butler. I mean, slicing inside and finishing with the dunk. Come on now, that's well done.
Teague finds Wiggins. Towns against Leonard. Back to Wiggins. Here's Towns. No good on that one. Great D that time from Leonard. And it's Dragic with the ball for Miami. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
And really an odd series between them a year ago, as they couldn't get a win in either meeting.
You know, so much can happen in the regular season with the ups and downs of the year, the travel, injuries, and all of that stuff, but they were just not at their best when they met.
The first free throw is good. And with the summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021, when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
And so he hits both.
And last year, a bit of a pivot for Justice Winslow in terms of his game. Found one of the better ways he could contribute to the team is through his developing playmaking skill.
And it's Towns on the follow.
Well, I like the way Towns reads where the ball is coming off when it's missed. And he's got excellent timing as well, and did a good job beating everybody to the ball.
Now here's Dragic. 11-point game his last outing. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And for Winslow, he filled in at the point when Dragic was injured last season.
And Winslow looked really comfortable in that playmaking role. We know he struggled with his shooting, but when he can contribute with his passing, it adds another layer to his game.
Now here's Dragic. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, Dragic kicks to Butler. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It goes on Jarrett Culver.
On these drives, the athleticism and strength of Butler really shows up. The defense just not able to react quick enough.
It's his first trip to the line.
Wound up shooting 85 from the line a season ago, which is an exceptional percentage.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
And the first one drops.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season, gets out in the country, and puts in that work.
And so Butler nails both of them. And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, two-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
Here's Butler after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
The Heat leading by 4, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
And let's take a look at Karl Anthony Towns' numbers. He's coming off an excellent season. 7th in rebounding, 9th in blocks, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. Now, here's Teague. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Draw gets the pass to Winslow. Nifty move. Here's Leonard. He sinks the 11-footer. And Teague's at the ball here for the Timberwolves. 6-point game. The pass to Towns. Winslow against Wiggins. Just 5 on the clock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Justice Winslow.
Yeah, these little nuances like the pump fake, developing aspects of Wiggins' expanding game.
Greg, no secret that many Minnesota fans are questioning the contract they gave to Andrew Wiggins as his development has seemed to plateau.
And with all due respect to Wiggins, it would be worth worrying about if you're a Timberwolves fan. Wiggins has taken a step backwards, I feel, the last few years in his scoring and seemingly has lost the edge to his game that made him such a promising young star.
Free throw good, Wiggins.
Well, you know, it's not been easy for Andrew Wiggins the last few seasons, guys. The production has just fallen short of expectations. He was a #1 pick back in his draft class and really has struggled to live up to what the fans have expected him to be.
And both free throws good for Wiggins. And with Wiggins, he's clearly a talented player, Clark, but people just want more from him.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and a lot of it is a matter of consistency. And when the expectations are high, being a former overall #1 pick, that pressure can affect you. But I think if Wiggins can just lock into being consistent, all of that will subside.
Here's Covington, and it's blocked. And he gets it back. Over in the corner. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Now, here's Dragic. And the layup's good off the glass. Dragic has got his second bucket of the night.
And I respect the craftiness and savvy of Dragic. I mean, when he gets positioned deep inside, he finds a way to score.
Back to Teague. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Dragic looking it over. Pass to Butler. Passes it to Winslow. No good from outside. Timberwolves trail by 4. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Heat. Teague, the pass to Culver. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And how about the balance there from Culver? Really good at staying in control despite the D being all over him.
Dragic against Teague. And it's Dragic off the drive. Great D that time from Teague. Pass to Wiggins. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Culver passes to Towns. And it's all evened up. Towns has got 6.
Yeah, you see right there, Towns invites contact. Unafraid of it, looking for it, and he's able to score through it.
Dragic with it. There's the feed to Leonard. Puts the move on. Trying to get open is Adebayo. And Leonard with the lay-in. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Culver. Against Charlotte, he was really on his game. Wiggins finds Towns. 5 on the clock. Culver. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Butler, and slam dunk by Butler.
Excellent touch around the rim. Really nicely done. Jimmy Butler making it look easy.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Teague, the pass to Culver. Inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb, absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind, big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it there.
Good names. Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Jang, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Jake Layman comes in for Culver. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for Jeff Teague.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game, to a modern-day approach for a young coach.
The Heat have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And he makes the first.
And I'll tell you who I feel for. The Wolves fans. One playoff appearance in the last 15 years.
Yeah, and you know, they've had some exciting talent in Minnesota, guys, but they've done very little winning with that talent. I think the good news, though, when you want to spin it positively, they still have that talent, and a lot of the talent is young.
Second free throw, no good.
And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
Here's Hero. Kicks it to Jones. The pass to Waiters. On the wing, Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Back to Waiters. Over Wiggins. Miami no good on that time either. The Timberwolves have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Here's Layman. He's guarded by Waiters. Layman kicks to Napier. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Now here's Waiters. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. Jones finds Johnson, and Johnson with the stuff.
And, you know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
Now here's Napier. Defense right on him. The shot will not fall. The Heat with the lead. To the inside. Shoots a fader. And Olynyk with the basket on the assist by Jones. So for the Heat, their last game, a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Now here's Wiggins. He's coming off a 16-point game against Charlotte.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
Jang against Johnson. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Napier. Johnson with the block. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And then Jones with the jam.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Napier. He had 13 points in the win against the Hornets in Charlotte. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Clark, over the last couple decades, the role of the big man has changed and required more skill, outside shooting among them.
Yeah, that's one of the things. And then the ability to move your feet defensively.
Yes.
Because the three-point shot spaces the floor so much, and a lot of times teams will have 4, maybe 5 perimeter shooters out there regardless of size. So big guys, if they're going to play in that type of an alignment, have to be able to move their feet and effectively guard perimeter players and also make shots from the perimeter as well.
Amazing to see guys that big out there sometimes with a one-on-one with the guard, like on the three-point line.
No doubt. And also the big guys, we've got a ton of them, Kevin, across the league that can really knock down the three-point shot.
Miami leading by 7. Jones drives in. Good work there as it goes.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Pass to Chang. Wiggins outside. Will it go? He takes it up and lays it in. Wiggins has got 5 now.
Wiggins just staying with it, refusing to let the defense get the better of him there.
Waiters outside. There's 1:17 left to play in the first. Now here's Napier. He's guarded closely. Here's Lehman. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And taking a look now at the stats for Johnson. Some last season stats for him. He was around 7 points per, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you can't downplay the importance of good size off the bench.
Space invader, a big guy who simply holds his ground and makes opponents work around him. That's good stuff.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time. 1:06 left in the first quarter. Here's Hero. Napier covering. Here's Waiters. No good off the back of the rim.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Johnson dishes to Waiters. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And there's the foul. Will go on Shabazz Napier. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Bell's checked in. Passes it to Jones. Back to Waiters. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. Free throw, good. Waiters. And both free throws good for Waiters. And here's Culver. Beyond the arc. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that does it for the first quarter. Miami ahead as they wrap up the first quarter on a 15-6 run. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. You learn about Jimmy Butler. Difficult journey to where he is now. But one thing always got him through.
Basketball. That's that. It always took my mind off everything. It always made me smile. I had no cares in the world when I was shooting.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Bell is out there with Jang. Then there's Shabazz Napier. Then it's Culver, and it's Layman in at the small forward position. And here are the Heat now, following the three by Minnesota. With his first shot attempt, shot's good by Hero. Hero's got his first basket of the night.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now, here is Bell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Saturday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
No good on that one. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Well, as much as Gorgui Dieng does on the court, he'll be remembered, Clark, by many for his off-the-court contributions.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly there. Dieng has revamped hospitals in his home country of Senegal, as well as sent thousands upon thousands of meals back to his homeland. I mean, you can't say enough about what this man has done for others. And that really is a measure of influence, maturity, and leadership. Great impact being made by Dieng off the court.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Raiders no luck. Timberwolves trail by 9. Napier passes to Culver. In the corner, it's Dieng. Shoots the 3. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 4 rebounds in this game. On the wing, Winslow. Tries from 10. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Bell, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And this is where Bell likes to operate. Comfortable inside, knows he can get it done from there.
Pass to Hero. Puts up a 3. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Here's Culver. Second shot opportunity, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, guys, a better offensive player than many felt he would develop into. Jang attracts attention, draws the foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Miami.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
First free throw is good.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Bell. Robert Covington comes in for Jake Layman. And it's Teague in for Napier. And a new group in for the Heat. Leonard, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Bam Adebayo comes in for Derek Jones. Butler, he's checked in for Dion Waiters. And it's Dragic in for Hero. Now here's Butler. He has 6. Leonard kicks to Dragic. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Butler from outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Butler's got 9.
Yeah, you know, I think about all the hard work Butler's put in to become a better shooter. And that's one thing guys can do. You can get better as a shooter. His work paying dividends.
And that one, good.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Teague against Dragic. Knocked loose and stolen by Jeff Teague. Fires high post, and it's Towns penetrating. Shoots over Leonard. And it's Towns missing.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Culver with the steal. One-on-one here. Outside Teague. The dish now to Culver. Clock at 6. There's the 3. Offensive rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Adebayo against Covington. Here's Leonard, and the rejection by Towns.
Well, you see the great reach as well as the relentless pursuit shown by Towns. He's simply saying, not here, not now, not in my house.
And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 6. It's blocked. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Winslow. It's rebounded by Towns. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. In transition, here comes Miami. Butler with the ball.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
For Miami, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And the first one at the line is good. Leonard hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
To the paint. Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Towns.
Terrific awareness from the savvy point guard. Jeff Teague is excellent at getting the ball to the open man.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 3 assists in the game. Teague bounce pass. Now here's Culver, defended by Butler. Here's Towns, uses the glass to finish the layup. Towns has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now, here's Butler. 29 points for him last game against Milwaukee.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Great shot making tonight from Jimmy Butler. Looks like he's playing with a little bit of an edge.
They get a hand on it. Now, here's Culver. He's guarded closely. Got it. Good job in the low post. Culver's got his second bucket tonight.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
Dragic against T. Outside Butler. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Teague surveying the D. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Miami leading by 9. Outside Dragic. There's the pass to Winslow. Now here's Adebayo. Defended by Covington. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And bam, Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
That free throw, no good. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. And Wiggins is subbed in for Culver. And Miami also making a switch. Johnson's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 10. And the Timberwolves call time here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
A brief check now of the stats for Wiggins, how he did last season. Last season, he averaged 18 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Miami leading by 10. Now here's Butler. 16 points for him. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. Wide open shot is on the money.
Well, you don't want to leave guys unattended, not around a guy like Butler, who's pretty good at finding the open guy.
Outside, Towns. Vonleh. Covington with the steal. Fast break, Minnesota. From downtown, Teague can't hit.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 14-point game. Pass to Towns. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Here's Butler. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
No stopping this guy. I mean, even when you knock Butler around a little bit, he's got the brute strength to power his way through.
Here's Teague. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Heat. On Tuesday, the Atlanta Hawks come into town. That will tip off a homestand for them. Then on Thursday, they'll head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta. The Heat leading by 14. Outside Dragic. Johnson outside. Back to Dragic. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Adebayo. He's covered closely. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Teague with the ball. That's tipped. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Shabazz Napier's checked in for Minnesota. The Heat also with the sub. Olynyk, he's checked in for Leonard. Minnesota with the ball. They trail by 14. Outside Teague. And Butler sends it back.
No denying it. Butler, a superb defender. Really does a nice job using his length to turn shots away.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now here's Teague. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And, you know, that night his defense was remarkable as well. He was excellent at coming up with steals.
Right on the clock. Here's Towns. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds tonight. On the wing, Johnson fires the 3. That one doesn't drop. Wiggins with some nice D. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Adding layers to his game over time. The more Wiggins looks to score inside, the more versatile he'll become.
Now here's Butler. 18 points for him. He feeds it to Olynyk. And that one drops for him. Olynyk's got the lead up to 14 now for the Heat.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Wiggins against Johnson. Wiggins finds Towns. Here's Vonleh. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And just a shade over 70% from the line a season ago. That's an area I'm sure he wants to improve.
Free throw good. Vonleh. Jordan Bell's checked in for Minnesota. Jake Layman comes in for Jeff Teague. And then for Miami, Derek Jones. He's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Dion Waiters comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Hero subbed in for Goran Dragic. And so he makes both from the line. 30 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Hero. Napier covering. Passes it to Johnson. Waiters outside. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Here's Napier. On the wing, Wiggins. Second chance shot, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Olynyk.
And Bell is on a mission to show how special he can be. An athletic, energetic forward who plays with a real passion.
The Timberwolves been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. The free throw drops for Bell. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so we wrap up the first half. Heat lead by 10. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style, Jimmy. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Means the world, doesn't it?
Miss you.
Yeah. Big time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 18 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say keep doing what you do.
Kenny, let's get your input on the Timberwolves.
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. On the court for the Heat, the backcourt, Dragic and Butler. Winslow is out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Leonard in at the 5 down low. Now here's Dragic after the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. And a missed layup.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
And Butler gets it to go.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Culver. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Count that bucket. Leonard's got the lead up to 14 now for the Heat.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Now Culver. Dishes it to Towns. Pass to Covington. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And the level of detail that Robert Covington approaches defense with is just phenomenal. He is always prepared for his matchup.
Yeah, and that's why he's an outstanding defender, Kevin, because he's got the physical attributes. He's got excellent speed and quickness for a guy of his size, good length and strength, outstanding hands. But he does a nice job of studying his opponent and what he needs to do to be effective defensively. I think he's one of the better defenders in the game and on the wing.
Free throw, good Butler. And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
Covington's shot is off.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Winslow kicks to Butler. The kick out to Dragic. Fires the three. They grab their own miss. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. First one falls for him. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Timberwolves trail by 16. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Since entering the league, Wiggins has tried to tighten up his handle. Pays off there.
And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for Miami. The pass to Adebayo. Covington with the steal. Here's Culver. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Dragic the pass to Leonard. He kicks to Winslow. Leonard trying to break free. And it's Winslow that time on the assist from Leonard. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Now here's Culver. 6 points for him. Knocks it loose. Butler with the steal. No good. And Minnesota now the other way. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. There's Covington. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
And you gotta love the mindset of Robert Covington when he plays defense. So active with his hands and feet. Rarely gets fooled on any up fakes or jab steps.
That free throw missing. You know, it's easy to see why, Greg, Covington has been named to first-team all-defense in the past.
The team is noticeably different when his defensive presence is missing. I mean, rare to find a perimeter player who is as good as him
both on and off the ball.
Corky Dangs checked in for Andrew Wiggins.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc, and he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination. Nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
Now here's Butler. 23 points in the game, 6 to shoot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
And he can't hit the second.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
T kicks to Culver. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Miami leading by 15. And it's Dragic off the drive. Leonard. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Shot from the wing. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Heat.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Free throw good. Adebayo. Both shots good from the stripe. Timberwolves trail by 19. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Culver's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now here's Dragic. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game.
And that's why you don't let him get positioned deep in the post.
Exactly. I mean, once he's got the ball in that area, the battle's already lost.
And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Pass to Towns. Shot to stop the run.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And that one misses. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Jake Layman comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Napier in for Jeff Teague. Olynyk, he's checked in for Miami. Dion Waiters comes in for Goran Dragic. No luck that time either.
And, you know, the Timberwolves made Karl Anthony Towns their franchise cornerstone going forward. Cat signed a 5-year deal worth $190 million, and really it's not even a question. He's the present and future of this team.
Now here's Winslow following the miss by Jarrett Culver. Count the basket. And it's 8 points for Justice Winslow.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Napier finds Towns. In the corner, it's Jang. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Jang's got 5. And with Towns in his extension, Clark, it would have been hard to imagine the Timberwolves doing anything different.
Yeah, you know, I think it's really rare to find a player so complete at this young age as Towns is. I mean, the production he gives you with his scoring and rebounding is really irreplaceable.
He misses the free throw.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Jordan Bell's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. The Heat also changing it up. Jones checked in for Adebayo. And Hero subbed in for Butler. Good on the second free throw. Napier with it. Out to the right wing. Olynyk against Jang. And it's Miami with the rebound. Olynyk's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Here's Winslow following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Waiters outside, 6 on the shot clock. Here's Olynyk, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota.
Yeah, and Olynyk up and down at the free throw line early in his career, but with his touch, he's bound to become more consistent.
This is his first free throw of the game.
At about an 82% clip a season ago, so I'm sure he'll take those numbers.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
And that one falls for Olynyk. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Lonley's checked in. Johnson, he's checked in for the Heat. He's perfect from the line this time. And the Timberwolves with possession. So it's Minnesota now. And here's Napier. He's got 5.
Switch.
Pass to Culver. 4 on the clock. Looking to get it going. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. And it's 8 points for Jarrett Culver.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Raiders on the wing. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Jarrett Culver. Free throw, good. Waiters. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Timberwolves trail by 21. Here's Napier. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
And both free throws good for Napier. Look, the max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or a max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure.
Now Culver, after Dion Waiters' three-pointer that didn't go. The shot by Vonleh no good.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
And it's Noah Vonleh with the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. No good on the free throw. That one misses. Timberwolves trail by 19. To the middle. Good. Nice play there from Napier. Napier's got 9.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And here's a look at the numbers for Waiters. Last season's performance for him. Put up about 12 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Half jumper will travel. I'm telling you. Most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
First one falls for him. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 18.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Now here's Waiters. 8 points for him. Down low, here's Olynyk. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Olynyk's got 4 points in the quarter.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Napier dishes to Culver. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Here's Lehman. A three-pointer off the mark. Miami leading by 18. Hero passes to Johnson. Bell with the block. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Culver, and again it's Minnesota converting.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
There's 1:47 left in the third quarter. Now here's Waiters. Pass to Hero. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Heat moving the ball around. Waiters no luck.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Culver passes to Napier. 1:12 left in the third. Chalk up 2 there. Napier's got 11 points.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Here's Waiters. 8 points for him. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Lehman. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Waiters. Rebound Minnesota. There's 37 seconds left in the third. The wide open look here for Vonleh. From outside off the mark. The Heat leading by 14. Here's Jones. And the layup is good. Jones has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Fires top of the key. And he nails the jumper.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Miami's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Inside. Here's Hero. And there's the pass to Olynyk. And stolen by Napier. And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And so it's the Miami Heat with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And we'll be right back after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Heat leading by 14. They've got Bell. Teague out there with Shabazz Napier. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Vonleh in at center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. So it's the Timberwolves now. Now Teague. Looking to get back on track here. Tries again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the first one at the line is good. That one is no good. The Heat leading by 13. Here's Waiters. Bucket is good.
A super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. He lobs it up. But they get it back. Wiggins outside. Pass to Teague. 6 to shoot. The tray. It's hauled in by the Heat. Leonard's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And it's Johnson that time on the assist by Waiters.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And it's Napier missing.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Dragic gets the bucket.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now, here's Napier. Passes to Wiggins. Outside Teague. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Dragic finds Waiters. Good ball movement here by the Heat. And stolen by Napier. On the wing, Wiggins. Another miss by Minnesota.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Dragic dishes to Olynyk. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 8th assist in the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic.
Wow.
Because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
Here's Dragic after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Covington with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Napier. And it's off from three-point range.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
And the rejection by Towns. Covington with it. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Wiggins kicks to Teague. And no good. And it's Miami the other way. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
The first one falls. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and
look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the finals. Do you like that?
Yes and no. I think you have two separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or finals MVP, which we have, and then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark. Knocked away, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And, you know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Now, here's Napier. Outside Teague. Outside Covington. 5 to shoot. On the wing, Wiggins. Offline with his 3.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
No good from Dragic.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be? But so far, that's not been the case.
Here's Wiggins. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Hey, it's a simple game. Just take what the defense allows. Wiggins reads it, smooth with the mid-range stroke. Knock it down.
Dragic against T. And stolen by Wiggins. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. The Heat leading by 17. From the baseline, it's Butler that time on the assist by Winslow. Winslow's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now here's Napier, defended by Butler. Here's Towns, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Showing determination inside. Towns absorbs the contact and gets the whistle.
And the first one drops.
I think this is one of the great strengths in Towns' game. Very reliable shooter from the foul line. Forces the defense not to be too anxious to send him to the stripe.
Culver's checked in for Minnesota. And Towns drops them both. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Miami Heat. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Kicks to Winslow. Outside Butler. Leonard trying to break free. Butler, no good. Timberwolves trail by 17. Wiggins passes to Towns. That one goes. Count it. Towns has got 6 points in the quarter.
And this is Karl Anthony Towns at his very best. When he's got it going like this, he keeps it going.
Outside Dragic. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Towns. That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Teague finds Wiggins. 14 feet away. Offensive rebound. He goes up again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Olynyk.
Nice recognition by Towns there. I mean, catches the defender out of position and then sails the foul call.
First free throw is good. So he picks up just one from the line that time. The Heat leading by 15. For three, Olynyk. And it's Jeff Teague with the rebound. Minnesota's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Teague against Dragic. Winslow. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. 10 points for Justice Winslow.
He had to battle for that lay-in. Excellent, tough defense, but he found a way to get it down anyway.
Teague, the pass to Towns. And Towns throws it down.
Oh, I love how Towns plays with the chip on his shoulder. He brings it every night with force.
Outside Dragic. Ball's knocked loose. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. That's good from Winslow. No good on the second free throw. Timberwolves trail by 16. Releases. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Here's Towns. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. That one drops for him. Towns has got 11 points in the quarter.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Pass to Winslow. And it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Wiggins. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Dragic against T. Dragic finds Olynyk. Yep, that one goes in there. Olynyk's got 9 points here in the second half.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Timberwolves trail by 16. And Teague, here we go. That shot is off.
And boy, you can see his struggles from the field, and I think it's really starting to get to him.
Outside Butler. Back to Dragic. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists tonight.
Tell you what, the passing game of Butler, impressive. Doesn't just look for his shot, wants to make his teammates better.
Dragic against T. Covington dishes to Wiggins. Shoots over Winslow. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. To the middle. Shot's good from Butler. Butler's got 6 points in the quarter.
Really hard to stay with Jimmy Butler because he's so good at getting shots up and in past the defense. Just has a real knack for scoring even when challenged.
And Towns gets it to go.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Dragic against Teague. There's Winslow. Doesn't go for him. And Minnesota now the other way. Outside Teague. It's stolen by Dragic. Here's Winslow. The shot, no good. Wiggins with some nice D. Now, here's Culver. Defense is right there.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Heat.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And looking at the trajectory of the season, this is the first of 2 meetings on the year. So this will be a solid win to go up 1-0 in the season series here against the Timberwolves.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Butler.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Now Butler, following the three-point attempt by Andrew Wiggins. And Olynyk kicks to Dragic. The putback, and it's rebounded by Covington. And Teague's got the ball here for the Timberwolves. Lays it up and banks it in.
Tell you what, guys, you've just got to give Teague a lot of credit for his focus. Very poised under pressure.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Watch Dragic.
Teague against Dragic. And the pass to Olynyk. Shoots over Covington. No good from 11 feet. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy, how confident are you that you guys can build on this win and keep the momentum going?
Very confident. Like I said, we got a great group of guys. We play together, play hard. We can win.
I know you'll like to keep that going as we go on in the season. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.